All right, so we just put a set of black springs in this thing, and I was slow getting to the camera, but when we started it with the black springs, which have an engagement of 1400, it was literally trying to crawl off on the starter. We dropped the idle, and gonna have to make some fuel air adjustments or something if we were to want to run these, because getting that idle down low enough where that thing's not trying to crawl, because the idle is high on it the way it's set. So again, that's part of the tuning process too. But that thing straight lit out of here as soon as we pulled the cord. We had pulled it up to the trailer and started it, thank goodness. So it didn't jump out and run across the yard. But here he comes back down H&H Racing's highly illegal test track. Luckily, I live in a kind of neighborhood you can do dumb stuff like this.
Run back, top speed was 46, 0 to 40 was 11.7 seconds, 8th mile was 17.2. I noticed with the black spring in it, you can't just wide open and go. It wants to bog the bike down. I don't know if it's just because of lower engagement, it's trying to put to the ground too quick.
Right, we're not getting any spool up on the motor before we get engagement on the driver.
Yep.
And I'm curious to see what it's going to do with another 100 pounds on it.
And the first one was 0 to 40, 12.1 seconds, 8th mile, 15 seconds. So it's right in that same area as the second run.
All right. Well, these are the softest springs we can get, which are black. And we have, we measured the coils and determined that this came with what would be considered a Comet Blue spring in it and zinc weights. So this is black springs, zinc weights, and again had the additional issue of it wanting to crawl off because of the idle. And again, we have to do a little bit of air idle or whatever if we were going to run these for whatever reason. But I don't believe these are going to be a thing that she can run. And here comes Hannah back in the H&H Racing Honda Element camper, because y'all probably recognize that thing. Racing stickers all over the back of it, good and proper. But well, we're gonna add 100 pounds to this load and see what it does.
Oh yeah.
All right, man.
You can definitely hear it as soon as he gets off the line, maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 seconds after full throttle, it bogs down. But, I mean, we're trying every spring, every combination, with me being 100 pounds lighter than Hippie. I mean, we don't know this stuff until you try it. And we are trying to make it so that you can say, okay, I'm this weight, I have this garter spring, this tab 2 spring, and this is what somewhat around what results you're gonna get. So some results might not be the best results, but results are results, to say the least. And here he comes down the back end.
got some opinions about all that. All right, now, what happens is with the lighter garter springs, that thing engages and it jumps right up it jumps straight up, it closes all the way down, and it puts us in a bog. This is going to be way faster in the 8th with a harder spring in it. The blacks are good non-murdery springs for girls and small children, but you will never get what we're looking for out of this. There's just not enough spring tension on it. As soon as that thing starts turning, it closes all the way up and it is bogging and chugging. So now, what I thought was true earlier, we were leaving RPM on the table. I'm even more certain now that the harder spring that you put in the front of it, to a point, I mean, there's going to be a point somewhere, but we're going to go one above the blue spring on this next thing, because that is definitely too soft. And let's go make a change, and we'll be right back with you.